nobody talks enough about how strange it is to be alive. Or maybe not enough people are talking about it. You know, one minute you're contemplating the mysteries of existence, and the next minute you're trying to remember where that weird smell is coming from. You know, maybe the refrigerator, something fuzzy in the back in a container still, or maybe it's in your car, you know, something under a seat that you haven't seen or looked for. Or it could be your own emotional baggage, because sometimes we just kind of have a strange odor, don't we? We are creatures of profound love, and we are creatures of breathtaking creativity, and simultaneously forgetting our passwords. Honestly, sometimes I think it's kind of impressive we've made it this far. Especially, you know, on days like today, for me anyway. I'm not necessarily depressed. I'm not necessarily anxious. I'm not even necessarily grieving. I'm just untethered. That's the best word I can think of. I'm not quite connected to yesterday, and I'm not sure what today is going to be. I'm just sort of, today is going to be what it is every moment, like sometimes on a little phone. But I'm feeling slightly outside of my own life, while I also recognize at the same time I'm living in it. You know, this morning I stood outside on my porch, and for 2 solid minutes, I watched a squirrel. You know how we joke about squirrel moments? Yeah, I watched a squirrel make some, well, what I would consider truly questionable decisions. But I'm not a squirrel, so, you know, don't know their logic up here. But honestly, I think it's the most nourishing thing I've done all week. But it's Wednesday, so there could be more nourishment. What I do know is that it had nothing to do with optimizing. It had nothing, absolutely nothing to do with improvement or achieving anything, which, now that I think about it, might be what squirrels are here for. A little bit of chaos to keep us engaged. They remind me that every moment does not need a purpose. Every day doesn't need fixing, every day or a plan, and every feeling certainly doesn't need fixing. In fact, every feeling needs to be welcomed home. So today, if you're feeling a little untethered, right, like there isn't really a mooring, an anchor, welcome. Welcome to my little corner of it. Because apparently that's part of being human too.